friends. Welcome to today's pick a card reading and special messages from Archangel Michael. We're just coming off of the full moon in Libra yesterday, which really had a focus on relationships and how difficult it is sometimes to endure or enjoy our relationships and who happens to be in your life right now that's causing any sort of disruption to your energy. And Archangel Michael just loves us so much, each and every one of us. Isn't that amazing that a spiritual being operates in such a different dimension than humans and can be there for us when we need help? So, welcome. I'm Catherine. This is Pattern Breaker Tarot, and it's all about finding the patterns of our own thinking and behavior that are holding us back from what it is that we're wanting. You all know I'm a big fan of Neville. I love his teachings. I love the teachings of Wayne Dyer. And there are literally thousands of videos available for everyone to brush up on those spiritual truths. But today we're just reaching to Archangel Michael and asking for the guidance that will help us with the current situation. Those of you who are here for the first time, welcome. And old friends, welcome back. I'm so glad to see you. And let me just get ready here. And it looks like Janice is here. Janice, I haven't seen you for a while. I'm so glad to see you. Being a little bit, okay, there we go. All right, so I have picked two decks for us today. Of course, my Archangel Oracle, and then I asked for the other Archangel sisters and brothers to come along for the clarity that we're going to have on the readings. So let me just move my stuff here and we will get started. Okay, so how to receive a collective reading. When you have a collective reading, you're going to want to hold in your heart what it is that you're looking for. What answer do you want? And then it's your choice by an act of your will to choose to receive from the messages that come forward. Okay? T. Hunter, welcome. Very glad that you're able to visit with me today. Okay. Archangel Michael, for our first listeners, what is it that you have? Okay, this is a good one, right? So, this would be for someone who really is pressing in for guidance. You have been praying, part of you knows the answer, but it's hard to accept. There's a guidance coming through. You might be being asked to finish something or to take a step in a certain direction and you have felt a hesitation. So Archangel Michael's right here jumping for joy, and you have listened to your inner guidance and made a wise choice. So keep moving forward. It can be difficult at times like this to trust that the steps will be safe for you, but that's why you have that inner guidance system that will help you to align yourself with the progress that you're going to be making. So I'm going to pick two archangel cards here, and we're creating a triangle. Triangles are known to be part of a very important part of sacred geometry, which creates a building, creates a structure. And the structure that you're building is in your inner self with your own personal guidance system. So see what we have here. So thank you, Archangel Jophiel and Archangel Ariel, for stepping in for our viewers today for their first reading. Yes, you are correct. Even though you may doubt that, oh gosh, did I make the right decision? This is your sign that you have made the correct decision for today. Remember, nothing needs to be solved in one day. It took you a while to get to this position. It'll take you a while to climb out. Archangel Jophiel, go outside, get some fresh air, and connect with nature. It's true that nature is a healer. There's the So many examples of abundance as you look around outside your window, which I can do right now, and see the leaves on the bush that's right in front of my window. There's one bush, but literally hundreds and hundreds of leaves. And we always have that choice of seeing something alone or singular, or seeing something that is in a group of things. Okay. And so that is part of what the call is here for you. When you are feeling lacking or that something is not enough, the surest cure is taking a walk outside and taking a look at your current world. The grass is looks like one lawn, but there are thousands and thousands of blades of grass in that lawn. You need to be excited for the small signs of progress that you see. This is crucial. And then Archangel Ariel, look at the purpose in her face. Be courageous, be and stand up for your beliefs. I feel that if you're watching this reading, that you have been compromised and that there's certain people in your life who have been leaning on you, influencing you to go against your highest good. I can't help but notice that her shoes do not have any shoelaces in them. I know that seems like a pointless detail, but the truth is that you do march to your own drummer. And you have tried to be so careful in your life not to offend anybody that you have cut yourself off from your own magic. And so Archangel Michael is saying, look, you be you. You be you. Let the chips fall where they may. You may lose some of your current contacts, but you are making room in your life for a flood of new contacts to come into place. All right. You have a small plate at the table of life, and you can only squeeze on the most delicious tidbits. So as you are waiting for your new life to show itself, just remember that outside, building a consciousness of abundance, building your skill at noticing what's abundant in your life right now is going to open doors for you. Now, you know what? Oh, here, let me just grab. I have one more deck that I want to include. It's a brand new deck and I love it so much. I can't wait to share it with you. This is what the deck is here: wing, hoof, and paw. And I love it because it is nature in animal form. But I know for me personally, and maybe it's true for you too, that when you are down or your mood is low, that animals, I have a dog, Murphy, that animals can so readily raise our spirits. So this deck is really cool, isn't it, with the purple edge on it? Let me just shuffle these up, and I want to pull one more card for this first message from Archangel Michael. Now we see the number 38. If you're like me, you might get curious about the spiritual numbers and what they mean. So it's so easy to use your search window, whether it's Google or Bing or whatever you like to use, and look up the spiritual meaning of 38. And no doubt you will get a special message just for you. So let's draw our animal card here, animal oracle for you, my dear friend. And we have giraffe, risk. Beautiful. Thank you, Mr. Giraffe, for coming into play, because it is, you have to take a risk sometimes to walk out of something. But when it's a hell no, and you're feeling in your spirit that it's an important step for you to take that risk, notice 39 and 38. It's always auspicious. I love that word when numbers show up in order, particularly in different decks, because it just shows me that you're on an ascended path and you're not afraid of sticking your neck out. All right. So let's see. Is there anything else? Oh, the last thing that your angels want you to know is you can depend on them. Okay. You need to depend on your angels when you feel doubt. You have an inner guidance system. Do you use meditation? There's some wonderful YouTubes out there with short meditations. So take a look at them, take a pause, do some breathing, and find your inner guidance. Okay. Now, those of you who are new here, I'm Catherine. This is Pattern Breaker Tarot. And of course, I love to read cards for people privately and use some of my collection of beautiful cards to give you the guidance that you're looking for. So, if you would like a private reading, all you have to do is check the description box and it tells you all about how to contact me. Meanwhile, let's go forward. So, those of you who are new here, welcome. Today, to receive your reading from the collective, to the collective, is that Archangel Michael is here with so much love for us and wanting for you to get the answer that you're looking for. So, hold in your heart, what is your concern? You can mention it in the chat, but it's not necessary because the angels know exactly what you need. So you might want to put your hand on your heart, take a breath, ah, and prepare yourself to receive what Archangel Michael has for you. With the full moon that happened yesterday, there's a lot of energy going on around our relationships. You may be feeling that pressure. If you are, hit the thumbs up. Join in the communal energy here to receive your reading. Okay. Oh my goodness. Good message here. I could say this is very good for me because sometimes, isn't it true that something that starts off looking like a challenge, looking like something that's hard to solve, ends up being a blessing in disguise? So, what I'm aware of right away is the 3 3. Anytime there's any sort of lineup of numbers, it's very significant in the angelic world. And now we just have three thumbs up. So, how terrific is that? Right? That we have 3 3 and 3. Again, look up the meaning of and divine spiritual meaning of the number three, and you will pull an extra blessing from this. Okay. So let's read what it says. Be patient and have faith that your angels have your situation well in control. What will come in is far better than you could even dare to dream. Hunter, it's your birthday? Seriously? Wait, your birthday? Oh no, 3369. So, oh my goodness, 3 3, and we have 3 3. So, T Hunter, you may want to lean in to this reading because chances are there's something special here for you. Okay. So now let me pick a couple of archangels to support. And remember, we're using this triangular spread because the triangle is such an important part in divine sacred geometry because you can build on a triangle. There's a solid base. Okay. So let's take a peek here. Now, the first thing that I can't help but notice is the gold. Anytime that gold shows up in a reading, it's about abundance. Now, our first reading was about abundance, but this one, gold coins, is what I'm thinking of. So, if you're here looking for guidance on your finances, I think that this is totally for you. We have more gold repeated with Archangel Michael. We also see the wings, but without angel bodies. So for me, this is like reminding us, like the power of the wind. The only way you can tell if the wind is blowing is by watching the leaves on the trees or feeling it against your skin. It's when I love that so much because it's proof to me that there is power that's invisible. Okay. I have I call it my fairy forest. It's just a little patch of woods here in Tennessee, but I created a fairy garden in there and I hung up some ribbons. And I was taught by a mentor of mine that when you watch those ribbons blow in the wind, it's evidence of power working where you can't see it. And so when you're looking to manifest something, you need a change in your finances. Sometimes when you are at a certain job that you don't love, but you're building skills for your future, it's a blessing in disguise. Sometimes when you get laid off or when something unfortunate happens with your finances, it guides you to a completely new chapter that you never saw coming. Once again, it's a blessing in disguise. So as you go forward in receiving this particular reading for the collective, but you are here for a reason. The divine, in speaking through the angels, has this very important message for you. Archangel Raguel is here. Everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see the underlying order. So, whatever has disrupted you, whatever has stolen your peace, you're not seeing the full picture. Your guides from the other side are seeing that this too will work out for you in ways that you never imagined. All is well. Archangel Jeremiah says everything is happening exactly as it's supposed to, with hidden blessings that you will soon understand. You guys, I'm a grandmother. I never imagined that I would be here doing readings on YouTube. Never. And now, as I've had upheavals in my life that have twisted and turned directions, here I am today reading these cards for you. So honored that the cards themselves do all the work, which is what I always say. What are the odds that three cards are going to come out that completely support the blessing in disguise message? If you're reading this and this is for you, hit the thumbs up. Complete the cycle of energy that's going on here because something is happening for your good. You do not see it. That doesn't mean it's not here for you. Just like the wind is invisible, you cannot see the wind, but you can see the evidence of the wind blowing. All right. Now I'm going to draw from the animal oracle for you, my friend. I did kind of expect that part of what we would be doing is relationships during this reading because the full moon is so about relationships. But what I'm seeing is that we actually have a relationship with finances, don't we? We have a love-hate relationship with money sometimes. Now, if money has been a struggle for you, then I'm overwhelmed with gratitude that you're here today receiving this message of financial abundance coming your way because you cannot outsmart the angels. Even you, with your doubts and fears, you will not stop the progress. It may slow down if you're somebody who talks a lot about how awful your situation is and how much you wish it was different and you complain a lot. Unfortunately, a complaint is like an affirmation because every time you say something, it's like something inside of you wants to reproduce that thing. So for me, I learned years and years ago to shift my comments to be more supportive of my own self. Even though I don't know where it's coming from, I am convinced that finances are coming my way. Even though I've had a heartbreak, I am convinced that it is a blessing in disguise because you can speak for your inner self. You can speak for your own guidance. Okay. So let me draw a card here from the animal oracle for us, blessing in disguise. And we have the hedgehog protection. Okay, now the thing is about our hedgehog is that they're sharp on the outside and soft and lovey on the inside. So art this is I call it like I see it, and I can never understand really why where the ideas come from during these readings. What strikes me about the little hedgehog is it's important for you to not freeze in negativity. Self-protection is natural, but a lot of times, most of the time, rejection is protection. So if something happened where you felt rejected, you felt was unfair to you, my heart goes out to you. But it's so important to keep your heart soft and pliable to receive what was meant for harm that is going to be to your benefit. All right. Remember that each time you can surrender your worry and fear and trust that no matter what, something good will come out of this. The angels race to your rescue. Okay. It's like Archangel 911. So excellent. Thank you for all the thumbs up, you guys. It's very heartwarming to know that the angels speak through these cards for you. Now, those of you who would love to have to speak to me, there is all the information is in the description box. I love to give private readings when I can open up many cards, not just 3 cards, but many cards for your benefit. So please check out the description box if you want to reach out. You're welcome here. Okay, moving on. Hi, everyone. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Catherine. This is Pattern Breaker Tarot, where we aim our goals to break patterns that are holding you back from what it is that you're really wanting to manifest. So, going forward, let's check out here. All right. And thank you guys. I'm having a hard time seeing my chat box today because of my setup. So I don't mean to be not commenting to you. I just don't see them. So thank you for your patience. I totally appreciate it. And I will um, get back and read all of your lovely comments when they're finished. Also, there will be timestamps so you can go back and review any of these readings. So in order to receive this reading for yourself, we are asking Archangel Michael that SOS message. What is it we need to hear today? Hold your issue in your mind. Put your hand on your heart. Take a breath and be open to this next message. It is for you. There's no accident that you're here. Gosh, Archangel Michael is here with such relaxation. Look at how calm, but look at the abundance that's coming. Listen, this is pretty remarkable. These readings today are all about a turnaround in your finances. This surprises me because I honestly thought this was going to be more about relationships, but I can clearly see that the angels are trying to teach us today that we can have a relationship with money, that in a way, if money issues have hurt you in the past, it makes sense that you would need to do some forgiveness and some reframing. I do scripting for my clients. We write scripts so that they can manifest in a way that is easy for them, because creating scripts is not something easy for some people. And I'm pleased to provide that service because sometimes when you've had a lot of tragedy or upheaval in your finances, it's as if doubt and fear have moved in to your heart and they're holding on for dear life. Today, Archangel Michael wants you to live as if, like Neville teaches, where you live as if abundance is right now flowing into your life. How might that change your life? Okay. Prosperity is on its way to you, my dear friend. Have faith that Source will heal your financial challenges. Exactly what I'm sensing. That just as if you had a breakup with a loved partner, the breakup hurts, doesn't it? And it hurts for a while. But then, when you can release that former partner into their best life, love will come again. So, here, when it comes to money, if you feel like money has abandoned you, that you are at a loss for money, it makes perfect sense that having a healing around your relationship with money could very likely open those doors of prosperity. So here, I love the magic. I love the halo of sparkly magic. I love the sword in there. It reminds me of the Ace of Swords energy. Onward to victory, for sure, an answer to what you're looking for. Let me draw a couple archangels here to support this. And remember, I'm using this spread today to create the visual for you to see a triangle. A triangle in sacred geometry. I have a sacred geometry expert named Daniel, and he teaches me so much. I'm really grateful because I'm not an expert in it. But he has taught me the power of some of these basic shapes and how they were used for centuries. For centuries, the triangle is a known shape for stability. Okay. So as you're looking at what is happening, there's been, I feel, abandoned and abundance. I feel those two words are going together. That if somebody here who's watching me, money has abandoned you and you have been brokenhearted, you have been hurting. And Archangel Michael has been right there, right at your back, watching, loving you, giving you nudges, dreams. I had a woman yesterday who came to me for a reading, and we had met a few weeks ago. And she said, I don't know what's happening, but I can't get you out of my mind. And finally, I decided I've got to have a private reading. And we kind of giggled together because I have to tell you this story because it's a good thing. 3 years ago, or 4 years ago, I put an ad in the Facebook marketplace to sell some of my cards and nobody answered it and I forgot about it. Well, this woman found the ad 4 years after I posted it. Turns out she lives about 3 miles from my home and she came to buy some of my cards. And then now we have this relationship. So if you feel abandoned, you're not. The angels are laying out little pieces, little clues for you in the numbers. Once again, you can go to search for the spiritual meaning of the number 37. There's no accident that you're here right now. There's no accident you're getting this message that you can exchange your abandonment to abundance. All right. Hi, Kane. Oh, my friend Kane, you have followed me for so long. I love you, Kane. Thank you for being such a faithful follower. Okay, let's go forward and see what our archangels have. Peace, and you know what to do. Okay, this is fantastic. Peace. Our beautiful Archangel Shamuel. Peace comes remembering that only love is real. Money is an energy. Money can't love you like a person. Money can't love you like a pet. But in energy, as you get healing from your past broken heart over money, you can feel nurtured by money. You can feel provided for by money. You can feel loved by money. I know that's hard to perceive, especially if you've had a hard time. But when we rely on the angelic realm to help us get over our heartbreak, everything can change. And Archangel Shamuel, that's this archangel is a wonderful. I really do recommend if you're so inclined to Google the meaning, the teaching, the personality of Archangel Shamuel, because I sincerely believe that you are going to be touched by this archangel showing up right now while you are listening to this reading. You know what to do. Archangel Uriel, trust your inner knowledge and act upon it without delay. So there is something going on here. Perhaps there's a business that you did years ago. You might be a gifted artist, musician, or even a cook, where you can take something that you love to do and turn it into a stream of revenue. One of my clients started out 3 years ago working for a dog walking, dog sitting company. And she, in the last year, has doubled her income as she stepped into healing and really releasing the trauma that was part of her family of origin. The universe is blessing her beyond belief with referrals from people who are easily able to pay for her service. And also, when she goes to take care of somebody's pet in their house, they will fill the refrigerator with food that she loves. They support her as she supports them. 5, 6, 7 years ago, she was living in um, good. I guess I want to say the abandonment had control over her money. She was so despondent and depressed about money lost that she could not access her spiritual guidance. Angels are around you every day, all day, every day. But when you're wrapped up in the pain of what's going on, it doesn't seem real. And so, one of the things that I do with my own personal life is I use the principles of Neville to help me learn how to fix my thoughts so my thoughts are not stuck in fear and worry and doubt. And so Neville teaches about living as if, which means you're already welcoming abundance before it comes. The easiest way to turn the switch on is with gratitude. So today, if you're listening to this right now, you're here for a reason. So stop and pay attention. I'm just going to ring my bell because this is so important. But walk around your house today and say thank you to everything you see. Thank you, beautiful plant. Thank you, window. Thank you, curtains. Thank you for this fabulous. I have to show you guys this. My son gave me this cup as a gift, and see how it says, um, life is better with a dog. Well, look at inside the cup, you guys. When my son gave this to me, I cried. It's this such a tender gift because he knows I love dogs and he wants to support me, but a lot of times we're different. It's hard to be a parent of an adult child without nagging sometimes. And I just am learning new skills on how to deal with my own heart. And he brought me that gift. When I cried, he was a little embarrassed. He's like, Mom. But it's just knowing that blessings can come from the most surprising places once you let yourself get healed from your past trauma with love. Don't forget, if you would like a private reading, you really want to dig into what's blocking you, take a peek at the description box. My information's right there. I would love to read your cards. Okay. Thank you guys so much. There's so many newcomers here today. I appreciate your visiting me. Thank you. If you're enjoying the reading, thanks for hitting the thumbs up and the subscribe so you'll be notified every time I go live. And let's see what our animal card is here. Unicorn, beautiful unicorn, and imagination. Yes, did you guys know that the pain of your past when it comes to money is living in your imagination? Okay. Living in your imagination, which means your imagination needs to have uh, a, house cleaning, okay? And the angels are so willing and able to do that for you that they are more than happy to facilitate gratitude, love, and hope, and replace the fear and doubt that you've had. So do a little bit of self discovery on this. How much do you use your imagination? When we were children, we used it all the time. Let's pretend. So let's pretend that today's a fresh start. Let's pretend that the angels really do want to bless you and guide you to your deep inner truth. When you engage your imagination, you are in the divine playground. Okay. And what I'm struck with here with the unicorn's horn, it's almost like that sword. Let me see here. Is that, yes, remember I was just that's the sword that appears behind Archangel Michael here. This reminds me of the unicorn's horn and the idea of how we can use the sharp instruments available to us to cut off the things that are hurting us. There is no fear in the divine. There's no worry. There's only love. Okay. So, whatever you need to do to heal from your past with how people with money, or even maybe your own financial mistakes, have putting you have put you in a place of being in poverty right now, that through divine intervention you can find your way out. All right, so moving forward, welcome. This is Catherine. Let me get a sip of my tea. I am so glad. I feel like you're here with me right now for real, that you came over to sit down with me in my little home, having a cup of tea while I draw cards for you. When you're coming to a reading like this, that's for the collective, to receive it, all you do is hold your problem in your mind. Is it a relationship? What's troubling you? What is it? Do you have spiritual questions that you want answers for? Whatever it is, hold your question in your mind. Lay your hand on your heart, take a breath. Ah, and then let's see what Archangel Michael has for you. Okay, hold on just for a second. I'm just doing a little housekeeping here. I'm sorry, you guys. Everybody's got an opinion. I know. Okay, thank you guys so much for being patient. Thank you. I appreciate you all. Okay, onward after my housekeeping. Okay, so here's our card. Archangel Michael, what do you have to say? What's our SOS? Step into the spotlight. Okay. All right, so this is a message for somebody who's shy. Are you shy? If you're shy, hit the thumbs up, let me know. I tend to be shy. And in fact, I had had people telling me for a long time that I should go on YouTube. And I was like, no, 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 I refused. I just had no desire. And then I saw tarot readers who didn't show their face. And that made me just giggle with delight because I can be on YouTube and I can let cards do all the talking. And so I started, I'm very close to 20,000 followers. It could happen today. Believe me, I never saw this coming. So thank you for being here. Thank you for visiting with me. I hope you have your cup of tea handy and you're enjoying what's going on here. And let's pull our Archangel cards. We're building our triangle of stability with the change that's happening. I think that the people who are drawn to my channel are wanting to break patterns that have been holding them back. And so I'm so conscious today of the sacred geometry involved with the triangle, which is provides the stability to build a change. So, my shy friend, you are gifted. There's something going on with you. Maybe you read cards like me, and maybe you look at my channel and think, oh, I could never do this. Believe me, if I can do it, you can do it. Believe me, because I never saw this coming. And now I'm able to talk to people all over the world and share a true desire to get to know these cards and to enjoy them. And so you need to step in the spotlight. You know this already. People have asked you, would you speak at our event? Could we have a piece of your art for this art show? We want you to sing here. We want you. But inside, you have put yourself in a box where you feel you're not ready. They might laugh at you. You might be a stand-up comic and you're so funny, but when you try to get on stage, you freeze, right? These are all things that the angels want to help you with. Okay. So here, Archangel Michael is right here with you in the cage that you built for yourself. Something in you does not feel safe stepping out in public. And you might even feel guilty because you feel like you're wasting your gift. The fact is, Archangel Michael is right with you behind your closed door, but wants you to come out knowing that Archangel Michael is with you every step of the way. So let's see who are our supporting angels. So the first thing that I'm aware of, and I want to point out to you, is that this card matches the back of the deck. Whenever that happens in a reading, I feel like it's an exclamation point from spirit, that spirit is saying, okay, look, pay attention because this message is for you. And what we have is Archangel Uriel. Pay attention to the thoughts and ideas that come to you as your prayers are being answered. Okay, so I'm definitely getting a vibe here. Somebody's watching that you are a card reader and you're kind of a little chicken-hearted because it's like, well, what if I'm wrong? Or what if they don't believe it? Or what if? And all of that nonsense is taking so much of your energy away from you. You do get thoughts and ideas that are sure and stable. You need to start to speak them. If you're a reader and you just want some advice on how to get started on YouTube, email me. My email, I love to talk to people who are spiritual healers and are just a little bit nervous about getting started. And no charge. I wouldn't dream of charging. I just would love to speak to you if you're trying to launch some sort of spiritual practice, okay? Because the world needs you now more than ever. Life review, Archangel Jeremiah, take inventory of your life and resolve to change or heal anything that's unbalanced. Listen, if you're here today, there is no accident, my friend. This is a powerful moment for you. You are being called to step out. If this is you, hit the thumbs up, okay? Because the reality is, even if it's just the postman, or the barista at the coffee shop, even if it's just the clerk at the store where you go every day, there are people in your life that need what you have. So important that you take inventory of what's holding you back. Only you can make a difference here. Okay. Only you can step out of the box that you built for yourself. Many times it's the fear of what others will say, isn't it? The fear of disapproval from someone that you love. And the fact is, when you have the angels behind you, watch out because everything's going to change. It's common to be afraid of the change, but there's so much joy in it. I can promise you that. When I very first started reading cards online, which was in 2021, I never, ever thought I have 2,600 readings online right now. What? Who did that? I did it, but I did it through listening and allowing the stories that come to flow through me. So please, please hear me. If I can do this, you can do it. Take a piece of paper out today and write a list of all the reasons you're afraid to step out. Go ahead. Just write down everything that's going on that makes you doubt your gift, what makes you afraid to step out. And then look at that list and think to yourself, hang on a second. How do I know this is true? What if that woman reading these cards is correct? What if this is my time? What's holding me back? Okay. Once again, if you're feeling like you want a deeper reading, just email me. I'm happy to provide that for you. But the truth is, all of the readings today are all about stepping up to who the angels know we can be. I will be doing timestamps so you can go back and review these if you wish. The beauty of a collective reading is that you will receive just as much as you desire. It's up to you. Drawing from my animal oracle here. Let's see what we have. Fantastic. The owl. When I look at the owl and the meaning is dreaming, and this is the second time this has happened today where we have a sequence with two different decks, 30 and 31. Step into the next step. Step forward, even if it's a baby step. Dreaming. No question. There's been a part of you, isn't there, my friend, who really has been dreaming of something. You're wanting to step out. You might even be picking on yourself because you just can't get yourself to do it. But the fact is, you are supported. Archangel Michael is never like furious and pounding his fist. Doggone it, that person won't get moving. No, no, no. It's nothing but the gentlest of love. He's with you right now. as you hide from your gift. So please, my friend, I have goosebumps flowing down my body right now. If you've been debating about stepping out into spiritual work, please take a step, just the baby step. One thing you might do is if there's someone in the kind of work you do, for example, let's say you're a Reiki um, healer and you took the training, but you're very fearful about providing the service. Find a Reiki healer that you really admire on social media and simply follow them. That's a great way to start taking a positive step. If you read cards, I have a couple of mine that I love. One of them is Scorpio Ascending. I love that because I'm a Scorpio and sunshine is, I cannot tell you how accurate she is for me. And my other real favorite today is White Feather Tarot. Whenever she puts a reading out, I'm telling you guys, I always receive deeply. Okay. So don't feel you're alone. You're not. And through the power of social media, you can become a fangirl or a fanboy for somebody who's already doing the work that you crave to do. So the cool thing is that even though you feel a little bit stuck in a fear of the spotlight, the reality is the angels are not going to let you alone. And they will follow you. They will completely want for you to make progress because they know what's possible for you. Believe me, you are going to get so many signs. I come on every Sunday, so come back next week and let me know, but the angels are not going to leave you alone. There's no accident that you're here today. Okay, moving forward, darlings, to the next. And those of you who are brand new here, welcome. I so appreciate you taking a second and peeking in on my channel to receive this collective reading to see what Archangel Michael has for you. Take a breath and fold in your mind the life area where you really want to see progress. You want to see something happen. Hold that close to you. And then let's draw this card. And by an act of your will, you can choose to receive the wisdom of this card. Oh, it's almost over. Okay, so my heart goes out to you. There's someone watching, and this has been a tough chapter. You may be struggling with pain. You may be struggling through a divorce, or you may have an illness of some kind. And it can be so difficult to hang in there. Okay. So Archangel Michael is here with such a gentle, gentle message. Notice that we have just this baby angel wing here. There's not like a soldier angel or a warrior angel. This is the tiniest little bit of hope and love for you. You have been so brave as you've gone through this. Your current challenges will soon be resolved, and you will be able to look at the future with a smile. From someone who's been through some very painful, difficult times, just parts of life. I'm a grandmother now, and I've seen a lot of comings and goings over my lifetime, a lot of losses that have broken my heart. But I can promise you, they all fade into what becomes the future. Let's take a look and see a couple of archangels for support here. And remembering that we're using this spread today to build that sense of stability. The triangle in sacred geometry is all about building stability. And after a difficult time, how much we need that. Isn't that true? Very interesting cards here. Aw, Chrissy, I love that. I call myself the fairy guide mother, but and it's so true, like the auntie that you always, I feel like that I bring just that maternal and older wise energy to the world. And it's something 5 years ago I did not know I would be doing. And so that's where, when you're going through some sort of loss or some sort of challenge, there is something coming out on the other side that will not only be a blessing for you, but a blessing for everyone around you. So let's take a look here. What's going on? We have patience and we have the crystal children. Okay. All right. Are you guys familiar with the term neurodiverse? Neurodiverse is, I am neurodiverse, and neurodiverse means that your brain does not operate the way typical brains do. You have your own way of looking at things, your own way of learning, your own way of processing, especially processing what's going on around you. The loss that's happened, the upheaval that you've gone through is really testing your patience. And you have wondered if you're going to make it. And I'm going to tell you, yes, you are. Angels are around us all the time. Many times they're just waiting for us to reach out and say, Angels, please help me. Sometimes that's all you need to do when you're troubled. Call out, Angels, please guide me. For some of you, it's guided you right here to this very reading today. You've never heard my voice before, but there's something in the cards that's drawing you to stay. So, patience, Archangel Jophiel, your dreams are blooming more rapidly than you realize. Still, they need nurturing and patience. So, remember, we have a close up here of a very small piece of time. And now we have the garden. So, when you're struggling, it's so important that you realize the angels are working behind the scenes. You can't see what they're doing. A lot of times that's why people come to me for readings because they want to see what the angels are doing behind the scenes. Tina, I would love to provide a reading for you. Check out the description box. My contact information is right there. I am available for personal readings. And over here, we have this indigo crystal children thing, and it's you can help children who are sensitive. So, first of all, I'm really sensing a neurodiverse energy here, and that you yourself were not understood as a child, that part of where you are right now is the result of I'm going to use the word bullied, that you were bullied through school, even by teachers who simply did not understand that you need to learn in a different way. That there is, you may have been in classes. I am a speech therapist and I worked with special ed kids a million years ago. And there's a lot of humans who don't learn in a typical way. It is that very pain that you went through that is going to be a blessing in your future. I think the first card we had today was blessing in disguise, and how true that is. Sometimes the things that are meant for our harm turn out to be a blessing of abundance in our lives. What you went through, you can help other people. Okay, so maybe you do spiritual work, or maybe you do physical healing work, like you're a physical therapist or a counselor of some type, and you're in a place where there's something blooming that you can't see yet. And Archangel Michael is pretty much begging for you to be patient because your challenge is going to come to an end. And there will be something that happens with opportunities, maybe in employment, or it could just be in your social circle where you'll look back and you'll think, oh, wow, I really did need to go through this time period in order to receive the abundance that's growing for me. Okay. It's not easy when you're stuck in a pain pattern. A recent breakup, a divorce, losing a position, um, needing to move when you didn't want to move, but you needed to move out of a home that you loved. So many things can be heartbreaking, and there is a period of pain that goes with it, but it's not meant to last forever. It's like being in a cocoon. It wraps you up in your current circumstance. It does work on you as a human, and when you come out of it, you have more agency to walk forward and make a real difference and lift your life back to a better situation. Okay. Not easy to be in this situation. Me personally, I send you so much love. If you're finding yourself stuck in this pattern, I wish that I could see you in eye to eye. I wish that I could give you a hug because I have been in and out of some drama situations in my life, and there is restoration after hardship. Let's look at our animal oracle. Clarity. How interesting. I, I think that most people would know that a raven is black, right? Why would this raven be appearing white? You know what an albino is? An albino is an animal or a person who is born without pigment. This is classic because when your neurology is so different than typical humans, you feel like an albino. You feel like you do not fit. For me, I have to be careful that I don't stay in my house too much. I love my own company. I love going into the woods and being with the fairy garden. I love learning on my own. I have to push myself to get out in the company of people. But the truth is, it the world needs my energy. The world needs your energy. There are certain people that will only relate to you. They won't relate to me. We albinos, we're like energetic albinos. This is the coolest card ever. As you are different from your family are all black ravens, and here you're the albino. It's tough, but you can learn to embrace your differences and celebrate them. Okay. You've done it before, you can do it again. You've adjusted yourself before, you can do it again. There is something about you and children. So you may indeed feel a call to minister to children. But I do feel for those of you who are watching this, the clarity you're getting is that you have had a pattern of not accepting yourself that happened to start when you were a little kid. Okay, something about you was so different. Your own parents didn't know how to deal with you, and it has hurt you. But you are at a time right now where everything is moving quickly. I wouldn't be surprised if by summer, by June 1st, you're not going to really see this garden start to bloom. You're going to see your hard time finish, and you are going to accept yourself as an albino and energetically albino being who is different than all of your peers. Thank God for that. Celebrate your uniqueness. Okay. Whoa. I don't know about you. Sometimes these readings are really ministering more to me than all of y'all. But I'm glad that you're here to keep me company today because these have been some mighty potent readings from our dear Archangel Michael. Hi, Mickey. Milky, welcome. I'm so glad to see you here today. Fantastic. Thank you for those of you who understand and are drawn to my readings. It's such a blessing to spend time with you guys in these wonderful readings. So let's see. Let's go on. Introducing myself, I'm Catherine. You're at Pattern Breaker Tarot because we're all about breaking the patterns that are holding us back from living our best lives. Okay. So, Archangel Michael, what you can do to be part of the collective is hold on to whatever is concerning you. Hold on in your heart, in your mind, and then make a decision to receive this card as if I'm drawing it for you personally, because there's no accident. You're here, my friend. Deeper insights are at hand. Okay. So it's a learning curve, turning a new page to really be brave enough to be who you are. Who are you? What is it that you're called to do? What's going on? What are you learning right now? Let's take out a couple of our Archangel cards. Ah, teaching and learning. Yes, the cards do all the work. I love it. I like to pull cards like this so you guys can see this is completely random because they go together so beautifully. Now, reminding you, for those of you who are just joining me, I'm using the spread today of this triangle because in sacred geometry, the triangle has been used for centuries as a building block of stability. And so something is happening right now with you that you have a plan. Your overall plan is good, but the details need work. Reflect before moving forward. So, one of the things we need to do when we're trying to develop a new idea is to hold our ideas deep in our heart. Don't be telling everybody about what you're wanting to do. Unfortunately, for anyone that's a dreamer, they're always surrounded by doubting Thomases. People who say, oh, no, that probably will never happen. And, oh, I wouldn't get my hopes up. And who do you think you are to be thinking this? Well, who do you think you are? You are a spiritual being having a human experience. There's a call on your life to make a difference. You might be an artist, a musician, you might be a massage therapist, you might be a teacher. You are here to make a difference. Everybody has a purpose for being on the planet, in my opinion. Some people don't believe that, but those people tend to go to different readers because I feel that if there's a pattern that's keeping you back from your highest expression on the planet, it's up to you to find out what is in your way. So, teaching and learning, Archangel Zadkiel, keep an open mind and learn new ideas, then teach these ideas to others. So, yes, there's something going on right now in your preparation. The angels are wanting you to realize that you've got a lot of excitement and you want to be telling everybody about what you're learning, but you need to sink. You need to sink deep into your specialty before you get too top heavy. If it's all in your head and there's no grounding, then you could tip over. Okay. A T hunter, scared of your gifts. I totally get that. I was very nervous also. Even today, when I do readings, and if somebody comes into the comments that is making an opinion, I have doubt that can come into me, but I've learned how to get rid of it like a pesky fly. You know, if a fly landed on my hand right here, I wouldn't let it stay there. I would twitch my hand. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking to build our confidence. Now, what you can do totally, and because I do the consultations at no cost. So, T Hunter, I can give you resources, YouTube channels, and books and things that I've studied over my lifetime. I'm happy to provide resources for you. So, don't get stuck. You have, if you feel that call to make a difference, that is the call. And if you're afraid or nervous about it, that's natural. You just need to anchor yourself in some good information before you move forward. Archangel Zadkiel, look at that. Oh my goodness, I didn't even notice that Archangel Zadkiel is here twice. Okay, so if you're here with me right now, do me a favor and yourself a bigger favor. Go to Google and look up Archangel Zadkiel. You will find a blog post by somebody who has written about this wonderful archangel, and it will fulfill you. I just have a sense that when you read about Archangel Zadkiel on your own, that's taking a step in the right direction. This is not an accident, okay? The second message, notice the loving guidance that you hear inside your mind or from other people. And I am serving you today, my friend. I am someone calling you to action. Notice this beautiful purple garment. The purple garment is all about spirit. Purple is the color of royalty, and it's the color of the crown chakra. You are being called to educate yourself. Okay, you're on the right track. There's no accident that you are being drawn to teachers that you can learn from because it's urgent right now that you get anchored, that you plant your roots deep into the gift that you're wanting to use. Okay. one last comment here is with the eight. Be sure to look up the meaning of the number eight. You can just Google what's the spiritual meaning of the number eight. It's going to blow you away. Okay. Let's see here. What's next? Hi, Jen Spirit. I'm trying to see what you this angel. Oh, Z. How do you spell this angel? Zadkiel. Zadkiel. Okay. All right, let's see what our animal oracle has to say. What does the animal oracle? I'm so glad you guys joined me today. This was so fun. I woke up this morning and I just felt such a call to let Archangel Michael speak to us, and I'm so grateful for these messages. Okay. A playfulness. Oh, what a perfect, perfect card. Squirrel, playful preparation. So, sometimes what can happen is people can take themselves too seriously. What, and you say, who, me? Take myself too seriously? Yes, because if you're pushing hard to get something done, often you're not taking time for play. Okay. And squirrels are fun. If you hang up a bird feeder, they will do everything to try to get that seed out of the bird feeder. And you can actually giggle with squirrels. And also, squirrels are always burying nuts. And so, as they're burying the nuts, um, what happens is they can't find 90% of the nuts. Okay, so those acorns that they're hiding all over the place are working like crazy, but they only find a small number of them. So it's a lesson about not wasting effort, right? And to be sure to find something fun to do. Coloring is very easy. Right now it's springtime in Tennessee. It's so beautiful here. And I have my fairy forest where I like to walk. I have paths, and the angels and the fairies meet me in there, and it just brings me such joy to see the colors coming back and to enjoy them. Okay, so what a beautiful call to you. The fact that Archangel Zadkiel showed up twice. I'm going to go look it up myself because there's no coincidences when we do these cards. And I feel grateful that the angels are supporting me while I'm trying to support you, my friends. Okay, I have time for one more reading and then I have to go. I hate to end this. I always love my Sunday readings, but my attention is being required elsewhere. But let's draw one more card for you. Welcome. And in order to receive the wisdom from the card, just hold your concern in your mind. Whisper your question to spirit and watch the magic of how this card will carry something special just for you. Increase your knowledge. Education brings opportunities. Take a course, pick up a book, or find a mentor to teach you what your soul longs to do. Well, thank you, Archangel Michael, for making a commercial for me because I would love to be your teacher. I mean, you've got a phone, so do I. I speak with people on WhatsApp or on the regular cell phone here in the States. Very happy to do private readings and mentorship if you want to grow in your spiritual gifts. So thank you, Archangel Michael. How convenient. Let's pick our two archangels to support. And we have Archangel Gabrielle. Oh, she just first time for her today. And Archangel Michael. Wonderful. Beautiful finish to the readings today. So, yes, you do need education, especially if you're working in spiritual gifts. Education brings opportunities. Take a course, pick up a book, or find that mentor. So, whatever you're confused about right now, for sure, a little bit of education is going to change your situation. Okay. Creative writing, Archangel Gabriel, make time to write down your thoughts in a journal or pen, an article or book. Something about your story needs to be expressed. You can go to YouTube and write in the search window, how do I write a book? And it will tell you. How do I start a blog? It will tell you. I will tell you if you want. Shoot me an email. I'm happy to give you some advice on how to get started with writing. I'm a writer, okay? But definitely take some steps to get some education. And then lastly, we have Archangel Michael with the promise you are safe. I am protecting you against lower energies and guarding you, your loved ones, and your home. While you're learning what you need to do to move forward, Michael will never abandon you. Right with you, right now, tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. You are safe. If you're in doubt, you need more education. That will always be. I'm a lifelong learner. I love to learn about spiritual matters. It excites me to see spirit move with my clients and friends. And I'm so glad to include you in that number. So let's pull our animal card here. And we have reflection with our beautiful seahorse. The seahorse is an animal who helps out with bearing children. The female seahorse lays the eggs, and the male seahorse carries the eggs. So, because of this card showing up, I just feel like there's this dual nature that you want to help, that you want to get out and be part of something, but you feel misplaced. You feel out of order, like you don't fit. And the truth is that you do fit. It's just a matter of finding your people. Okay. So don't take for granted when you find a reading like this, another teacher online who you really enjoy and you learn from. Get out a pencil and paper next time you come to a reading and jot down notes. You will get as much as you put into it. Okay. So as you are going forward here, increasing your knowledge, notice that you don't see any angels on this card. That's really a good sign for you that even though you don't feel the angels around you, they are there. Remember early in today's readings, I talked about the wind, and I talked about the fact that you cannot see the wind. All you can see is the things that are being blown by the wind. This is the same thing that we have to face when we're learning about our spiritual gifts. We can't see spirit, we can just see the evidence that spirit has shown up. For those of you who today was your first time here, isn't that a wonderful accident of fate to be together sharing our love of the angels? It's just been so my joy to be with you today. Be sure to check out my little bitty readings every day. I put out little bitty pieces of wisdom and knowledge for you, my love, every day. And then on Sundays, I'm back to do lives. I'll see you next week. Thank you for joining my channel, for supporting me the way you do. Your messages mean so much to me. Your emails bless me. I love to be able to understand what it is you're looking for so that I can create readings that build up your confidence when it comes to spirit. So go forth and prosper, my dear, wonderful friends, especially you new friends. I appreciate you today. And those of you who come back time and again, I can't tell you how much I love that. And I'm just sending you abundant love and hugs. We'll see you next week, my friends. Take care now. Bye bye.